Hey guys, this is my new channel. Basically I'm going to be talking about true crime stories. So we're going to start off with the Menendez brothers. So the Menendez brothers, there was Eric Menendez and Lyle Menendez. Now, they grew up and their father was named Jose and their mother was named Kitty. They were a pretty wealthy family. They lived in Beverly Hills, in the same area where a lot of famous artists lived, like Michael Jackson. And then they moved over to Los Angeles because of a job opportunity that Jose had in the movie industry. So they were a pretty wealthy family. They had a lot of money. And then Lyle ended up going to Princeton, and he was a big tennis star. And Eric also played tennis, and he was a nationally ranked tennis player. So you can kind of imagine this as like the American dream. Two kids, both, Lyle goes to a Ivy League. Eric is a nationally ranked tennis player. And also just their dad, the status of their dad. He was extremely high status in where they lived. So when they did move to California, the boys did start to get in a lot of trouble. Eric was responsible for quite a few burglaries, and Lyle also got suspended for a year from Princeton for plagiarism. So there was a lot of trouble once they moved. So this is where things start to get a little crazy. The boys have planned a murder against their parents. They walked up while the parents were watching TV, shot them, and then they actually went to a movie theater, bought tickets to watch the movie, kind of as an alibi for the police. And then when they returned home, Lyle called 911. He was screaming, "Somebody killed my parents, somebody killed my parents." I'm gonna play that audio for you right now.
What's the problem? What's the problem? What's the problem? Someone killed my parents. Pardon me? Someone killed my parents. What? Who? Are they still there? Yes. The people... No. Were they shot? Yes, man,
Now, when they first called police, and the police came, the police did not think that the brothers were the ones who did this. I mean, they seemed like good boys, they just didn't think it was them. They shot them about 15 times. Eric fired first and Lyle fired afterwards, but he ended up shooting them like kind of the best way because that was the way that they ended up killing them. The bullet landed in the back of Jose's head and shot a fatal blow into Kitty's face. So, as I'm reading the story, I'm like, what? Like, what caused them to kill their own parents? Well, they felt like it was their only way of truly getting out. Lyle and Eric said it was a form of self-defense. They said that the father would sexually abuse them all the time, and so did their mother, but the father sexually abused them more than the mother. They claimed that they were raped. The father, Jose, used all sorts of objects to rape them: a toothbrush, utensil brushes, just a bunch of objects to sexually abuse them. Eric did say that he didn't want his parents dead, he just wanted the abuse to stop, and this was the only way they felt that they could get it to stop. The only thing that would not rule this as kind of a self-defense was that there was no proof that they were raped. There were no documents, there was nothing from psychologists, so it was kind of hard to defend them. And it was also said that Eric and Lyle did confront their parents about the sexual abuse, and their father threatened to kill them, so that's also a main reason why they might have killed him first. And there were also people close to the family that do believe that, they were being sexually abused. The boys' testimonies were really emotional, and they had really intense graphic details. You guys can watch the trial if you want. Basically, they talk about the sexual abuse with really disturbing details. And there was obviously going to be a trial, but kind of before 6 months before the trial, the boys were kind of living really lavish with their father's money. They spent an estimated $700,000 of his fortune. You know, they purchased a Porsche, a Rolex, Jeep. Lyle even bought a restaurant that was near Princeton. Now, they did end up confessing to the crime. I know I said before that first they acted like, oh my god, they were so surprised on the phone, their parents are dead. But they did end up confessing to the crime to a therapist. Eric was the first one to confess. And yeah, that therapist basically called the police, told the police she had the confession on audio tape, so it was much easier for the police, to take action. Eric was in Israel at the time, and then he ended up turning himself in to the police. And then the trial ended up beginning actually in 1993. This was kind of broadcasted on national television. It was really a really popular case because people were wondering, like, these two, good-looking men, how could they ever commit such a heinous act? And that trial, they said that Jose would sexually abuse them ever since they were little children. And after 2 trials, the end result was that they were convicted of first-degree murder in 1996. The boys were put into separate prisons. They were not allowed to see each other. And shockingly, the boys did get married in prison, but it was 2 women who were not in prison, so they were just, ordinary ladies. They were pen pals. And they ended up getting married. So yeah, that's basically the Menendez trial. I know it sparked a lot of popularity on TikTok, claiming for them to get, justice. I saw kind of something on the news about it too, about how TikTok has, kind of made this case really big. So what do you guys think? Do you think that they should be in prison, or do you think they should be let out because it was simply self-defense? Comment below, guys. And if you guys want to see any other crime stories, you can comment them down below, and I'll be sure to do them. Thank you so much. If you like this content, please subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.